Before something becomes real, it often begins as an idea, a thought, a vision, a possibility you can see in your mind before anyone else can see it. But here is where most people make a mistake. They think manifestation means simply wishing for something and waiting for it to appear. It doesn't work that way. A dream without action is only a dream. A vision without discipline is only imagination. And desire without effort will never become achievement. Your thoughts matter because your thoughts influence what you believe. What you believe influences what you attempt. What you attempt influences what you practice. And what you practice eventually shapes your results. That is where the real power begins. You don't manifest a better life by sitting and waiting. You begin creating it by changing the way you think, then changing the way you act. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't, you will look for reasons to stop. But when you ask, how can I? Your mind begins searching for possibilities. That small change can create a completely different direction. Now imagine the person you want to become. Imagine the habits, the discipline, the confidence, the knowledge, the character. Then ask yourself, what would that person do today? Because your future self is being created by today's decisions. So don't just visualize success. Prepare for it. Don't just dream about change. Practice it. Don't wait for opportunity. Become ready for opportunity. Your thoughts can become powerful when they are followed by action. Your vision can become real when discipline gives it direction. And today, we're going to explore the real power of manifestation and how to turn the vision in your mind into meaningful action. That can change the direction of your life. Now think about this. Everything you see around you once existed only as an idea. A house was once a thought. A business was once a vision. A career was once a possibility. A better life usually begins before you can see it. It begins in the mind. That is where manifestation becomes powerful. But let's be clear. Manifestation is not magic. It is not sitting in a room wishing for something and expecting life to deliver it. Real manifestation begins when your vision changes the way you think, and your thinking changes the way you act, because what you repeatedly think about can influence what you notice. What you notice influences what you pursue. What you pursue influences what you practice. And what you practice eventually creates results. Think about a person who constantly says, I can't. I don't have what it takes. It's too late. People like me don't succeed. That person begins looking for evidence to support those beliefs. An opportunity appears, but fear says, don't try. A challenge arrives, and doubt says, you'll fail. So the opportunity passes. Now imagine changing the question. Instead of, I can't, you ask, how can I? Instead of, it's impossible, you ask, what would make it possible? Instead of, I'm not ready, you ask, what do I need to learn? That is powerful thinking, because your mind begins searching for solutions instead of excuses. Now understand this. Your vision should be bigger than your current circumstances. Don't let today's situation become tomorrow's identity. Maybe you don't have the money yet. Maybe you don't have the skills yet. Maybe you don't have the confidence yet. The important word is yet. You can learn. You can improve. You can develop. You can become. But first, you must be able to see a possibility beyond where you are. Create a clear picture. What kind of person do you want to become? How do you want to live? What skills do you want? What habits do you want? What kind of work do you want to do? What would your life look like? If you stop thinking only about your limitations, see it, write it down, think about it, but then move. Because a vision without action remains imagination. Your thoughts give you direction. Your actions give you movement. Your discipline gives you consistency. And consistency turns possibility into progress. So don't underestimate the power of your mind, but don't worship the mind without using your hands. Think bigger, believe better, plan wisely, then act. Because manifestation becomes meaningful when your thoughts and your actions begin moving in the same direction. Your mind creates the picture. Your habits create the path. Your discipline keeps you walking. And eventually, the picture you once imagined can begin becoming the life you actually live. So protect your thoughts. Choose your vision. Believe that growth is possible. Then get to work. Because your future doesn't begin when everything changes. It begins when you change the way you think and then prove that new thinking through your actions. Now think about this. Before you build something, you usually see it first. A builder looks at the empty land and sees a structure. An entrepreneur looks at an idea and sees a business. An athlete looks at a difficult goal and sees themselves crossing the finish line. The result appears in the mind before it appears in reality. That is one of the useful ideas behind manifestation. But manifestation is not magic. It is not simply wishing and waiting. It is about creating such a clear vision that your thoughts begin influencing your decisions. Your decisions influence your actions, and your actions create results. So ask yourself, what are you actually trying to create? Not what society tells you to want, not what your neighbor has, not what looks impressive. What do you want? A better career, financial freedom, a healthier body, a stronger relationship, a business, more confidence, more knowledge, more control over your time? Get specific, because vague thinking creates vague action. If you say, I want a better life, that's a beginning. But what does better mean? What would your mornings look like? What would your work look like? What habits would you have? What would you have learned? How would you treat people? How would you handle money? How would you respond to difficulty? Now you're creating a picture, and that picture matters. Because when you know where you want to go, your daily choices become easier to evaluate. You can ask, does this move me closer? Or does this take me further away? That is where visualization becomes practical. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself 1 year from now, not perfect, not living some fantasy, just better, stronger, more disciplined, more capable, more confident. See yourself waking up with a clear purpose. See yourself doing the work you once avoided. See yourself handling challenges without immediately giving up. See yourself looking back and realizing you actually changed. That picture can become a direction. But here is the important part. Don't just visualize the result. Visualize the process. See yourself studying. See yourself practicing. See yourself saving. See yourself exercising. See yourself making difficult decisions. See yourself saying no to distractions. See yourself continuing when motivation disappears, because the person who only visualizes success can become attached to the outcome. But the person who visualizes the process begins preparing for the work. That's the difference. Manifestation becomes powerful when your vision influences your behavior. You see the future, then you start living in alignment with it. Now think about your current circumstances. Maybe they don't match your vision. That's okay. Your current situation is information. It is not necessarily your destination. You may be starting with less. You may have made mistakes. You may have lost time. You may have failed before. But don't allow yesterday to become a permanent prediction of tomorrow. See something bigger, then build toward it. One step, one habit, one decision, one disciplined day at a time. And remember, your vision doesn't have to impress anyone. It has to inspire you to take responsibility. Because the real question isn't, can I imagine a better life? Anyone can imagine. The better question is, am I willing to become the person who can create it? That's where manifestation meets discipline. Your vision says, this is where I'm going. Your habits say, this is how I'm getting there. Your discipline says, I will continue, even when the results are not visible yet. So see it before you achieve it. Write it down. Think about it. Visualize it. Feel the responsibility of it. Then take action, because your imagination can show you a destination, but only your actions can build the road. The future you see in your mind will not become real because you wished for it. It becomes more possible when your thoughts, your habits, and your actions start moving together. See it. Believe that it is possible. Prepare for it. Work for it. And then, one day, you may look around and realize the life you're living started as a picture you once held in your mind. Now listen carefully. A vision is powerful. A dream is powerful. A clear picture of your future can change the way you live. But there is one thing that turns a vision into reality. Action. Because you can think about success all day. You can visualize your goals every morning. You can write your dreams on 100 pages. But if you never move, nothing changes. A dream without action remains a dream. A goal without action remains a wish. And a vision without discipline remains an idea. That is why real manifestation requires movement. You must do something with what you believe. Now think about a farmer. A farmer can imagine a beautiful harvest. He can study the soil. He can plan the field. He can picture the crops. But eventually, he must plant the seed. He must water it. He must care for it. He must protect it. He must wait. The harvest does not come because he wished for it. It comes because he worked for it. Your goals work the same way. Your vision is the seed. Your actions are the work. Your discipline is the water. And consistency is what allows the process to continue. Now ask yourself, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for motivation? Are you waiting for confidence? Are you waiting for perfect conditions? Are you waiting until you feel ready? Be careful, because waiting can become a habit. There will rarely be a perfect moment. There will always be something missing, something uncertain, something difficult. Start anyway. You don't need to know every step. You need to take the next step. Maybe your goal is financial freedom. Then learn a valuable skill. Improve your income. Control your spending. Save consistently. Maybe your goal is better health. Then change your daily habits. Move your body. Eat more intentionally. Sleep better. Maybe your goal is personal growth. Then read, study, reflect, practice. The vision tells you where you want to go. Action determines whether you move. Now understand something important. Action creates evidence. When you take action, you prove something to yourself. You say, I can do this. Then you do it again, and your confidence grows. Not because you repeated positive words, but because you created proof through behavior. That is real confidence. You don't need to feel confident before you begin. Begin and allow action to build confidence. Now listen, some days you will feel inspired. Other days you won't. That is normal. Manifestation cannot depend on your mood. Your future is too important to be controlled by your feelings. You need discipline. You need a routine. You need commitments that you keep even when motivation disappears, because consistency is where transformation happens. One workout doesn't transform your body. One book doesn't transform your mind. One good decision doesn't transform your finances. But repeated actions can change everything. That's why don't underestimate small steps. A small action today can create a better position